Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video. You join us on the Riviera line in the Class 150 here at Paynton, and we're basically ready to go. So let's quickly get, in fact we're actually a little bit late. Let's get the doors shut. And we're sort of a semi-fast one on this one, so we're going to be calling at Torquay, Tor, Newton Abbot, Teignmouth, Dawlish, Marsh Barton and St David's. And yeah, we're about a minute late already. So let's go. I forgot to pause the game whilst setting up.
The next station is Torquay. This is a Great Western Railway service to Exeter.
Cool. If only we could go the full way to Exmouth though. I really hope they do extend it one day so we can go to Exmouth. As in you sort of do the full shebang. Which would be cool. There we go. I think this is our second time driving third time driving the 150, as we did do that sort of non-commentary night video in the 150. So good to be back in it, and on the actual Riviera line, the Paynton up to Exeter. I will go to Plymouth again at some point. It's just a bit more long-winded going that way. Maybe we'll do that on a stream. So we're 4 coaches. Let me set my little reminder to 4. Quite cool little things you can, there you go, 4 car. I'll set that to 4. As we power our way up out of Paynton. Quite steep out of here. Hopefully you can't hear I can hear like a slight crackly sound. I don't know if you can hear that. Weird. Now we do a little running brake test as well. Let's make sure they're working. Yeah, they're all working fine. What's everyone's favourite train been on this route so far? Now the game's been out about what, 2-3 weeks? What's your favourite? Or do you not really have a favourite? Because there's so many trains you can drive on this route, especially if you have the layers as well. There's lots of choice. Like the 166, HST, 802, 150, 60, loads. Like the last one we did on here in the 52, that was brilliant. Chasing yellows the whole way. On this grey afternoon. Very much sort of realistic to how the weather is in real life at the moment. Just grey and miserable. So I thought we'd replicate that in the game. That shouldn't be too much further to Torquay. Up and down, up and down. Right, now we start going downhill now, so take the power off. So we should be coming up to Torquay. Should be. So we hear the announcement go off as well. As the 150's got the announcements. Which is always cool to hear. There's another one there. Another 4 coach one. You get a nice mix of the 4 coach and the 2 coach. I'm still going. I always think Torquay is just round that corner, but no. It's further. There we go. Like actually, there's a bit of a gap between Paynton and Torquay. They sort of seem close together, but they're not. Maybe it's only because you're doing 40. And I think the stop marker here is at the end of the canopy. So we can come in relatively quick. There we are. Yeah, down to the end of the canopy I think, or near enough. Near enough, not quite. this is Torquay. I'm sort of getting the urge now to go back to other routes now. Like I sort of want to go on the West Coast Main Line South again with the upcoming Birmingham to Crewe route. Get some practice in the 350.
This is Torquay. This is a Great Western Railway service to Exmouth. The next
Still a minute late.
station is Tor.
Yeah, so I might try and, well, we might sort of head off of the TSW6 routes and back to the old ones. Although saying that, I do need to do more Morristown line. I know we haven't done much of that. Right. Door shut and it's Tor next. Let's get a shot of this leaving from the outside. Yeah, not really a nice day in Torquay. That's lovely, they've done it in the Great Western colours, the 150. There it goes. Now, has anyone actually experienced a signal delay yet? Because one of the random sort of events which can happen within Trenton Mod 6 is that signals take a bit longer to set than usual. Has anyone actually had that? Like, I don't think I've actually had that yet, where I've had to wait out a signal for a bit longer than usual because the signaller is just taking forever to change it. Has anyone else had that? So we'll come down to 30 miles per hour at the top of the hill as we come into Tor.
We are now approaching.
Tor.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform and take care when stepping down.
It almost feels like there's a light on in the cab, but there isn't. It's very sort of bright for a grey and murky day. It's just there, turn the cab light on, there's like not really much of a difference really. And here we are. Probably like the closest stops between each other, Tor and Torquay on the route. It's uphill coming into here as well, so that sort of helps us come to a stop. Where's the marker? Come on, where are you? There you are, that'll do.
This is Tor. This is a Great Western
Cool.
Railway service to Exmouth. The next station is Newton Abbot.
Must be nice to driving one of these down here, because the fact that the guard does the doors, the driver doesn't have any control of the doors. Must be more relaxing driving down this way. Whereas, you know, here in the southeast, the driver opens the doors, closes the doors, so you sort of got to constantly be on the ball. Whereas I suppose down here, once the driver comes to a stop at the station, you can sort of chill out a little. You're just waiting for the ding ding and then off you go. Slightly more relaxed. And probably less fast paced. Right, let's go.
The next station is Newton Abbot. This is a Great Western Railway service to Exmouth.
So still 30 for now, that does go up, well, quite soon as you can see. Out of Tor, so Newton Abbot next. Probably got the second biggest station on the journey. Newton Abbot and Exeter, sort of the main ones. And I wonder what platform we'll get brought into at Newton Abbot. As some services go into the loop platform, even when they're going towards Exmouth. But I haven't had that happen yet. Well, they'll probably end up on the up main, which is like the main platform. So So a bit of a gap to Newton Abbot, but it does go up to 60 miles an hour. So relatively quick. And also since our last video, which was in the last video on the TSW6 train in the Voyager, they have apparently fixed faults because they were happening like really frequently, like too frequently. Like by now we would have had 2 or 3 engine faults. That should be sorted. It should happen a lot less, which is good. Should do. So if you haven't seen already, the temporary speed restrictions now have AWS magnets, so they're much easier to catch if you've got safety systems up. There's 166. Oi. Again, to see that, you've got to have Great Western Express, which is probably quite worth getting for this route and the fact that that route's going to get remastered soon. We're staying at 40 for now, as it is a little downhill. And there's the 60 board there, so as soon as the back of the train passes that, full power, and off we go. Let's go. And it's mostly downhill as well, so we should be able to speed up nice and quickly. I wonder if we will actually be able to end up making that minute up on this journey. Yeah, a minute late leaving Paynton. Will we make that up? Because on that non-commentary video we did, which was a similar service to this, between Dawlish and Marsh Barton, I think it gave us like 6 or 7 minutes, and by then we were like 2 minutes late, even though we were going like full speed the whole way. Yeah, so I wonder, will we become late or later, or I don't know, are we going to make the time up? Cool. Going bang on 60 at the moment, a little bit of breakage just to stop us from going over that. Got a nice horn on this train. Here's King Kerr as well, all the old platforms at King Kerr as well. Yeah, nice chilled out journey though. Just that slow bit. Oh, bit random. Why are the announcements going off now? Just randomly going off. Maybe because we got the objective there? Maybe? I don't know. Bit of a random place for the announcement to go off though. Oh well. Yeah, you just get that slow bit from Paynton to Tor, and after that it's fairly sort of quick the rest of the way. I'll come down to 55, which is just after the dual carriageway overpass. Can turn the instrument lights on as well. Warning for 40. There's the 55. This down. Although saying that, we don't actually have the junction indicator, so maybe we're not coming across the points here. We've still got to slow down anyway. Yeah, we don't have any of the indicators on there, so maybe we are going into the loop. We'll see. No, we haven't got any of the feather signal. We haven't got any of the bits above showing to sort of indicate that we're coming across. So we'll see. Would be quite cool if we are going into the loop though. Which I think we are. Yeah, this is going to be a first. Brilliant. Although, does that mean we'll be sitting here at Newton Abbot for a while to let a fast train go past? Potentially.
We are now approaching Newton Abbot.
Oh, there's a fast train there going the other way. Well, that's just cool, yeah, so we're on the bi-directional bit of track here. You can go both ways into Newton Abbot on this track. Into the loop platform, which we've never come in this way from. So I don't think many services come this way. That was good then. Nice. Where does it want us to stop though? Are there actually markers going this way? There's something down there. Aim for that something down here. Oh, that's for the other platform. 8 to 10 car stop. I don't think we're an 8 to 10 car stop. I don't think there's markers for us. Well, we'll just stop here.
This is Newton Abbot. This is a Great Western Railway service.
Now it's changed, look.
Calling at
Yeah, that's a really good place.
Marsh Barton, Exeter, St. David's.
And we're back on time.
St. James Park, Holsbridge, Dickley and Sutton, Newport.
Yeah, there's no markers for this way, which isn't great. Well, unless we get up to the 10 car stop marker. Well, I think that's probably for this platform here. In fact, no, one of them's for our platform, one's for this one. But there's no 4 car stop marker. Right, get the doors shut, and it will be Teignmouth next. Let's have a look. How many do come through here? Oh, you even got a cross-country one which comes through here as well. Okay, so it happens a fair bit. Obviously not as much as going from that platform. Cool. Quite glad we're coming on that platform. Just different. Different to the norm. And you got the junction indicator here because we're going to be coming across onto the up line or the up main. I don't know what the crossover speed is. That's probably still 40. Can't imagine it's lower than 40. Let's just coast it at 30 until we see the junction. Here's the junction here, the crossover. I don't know what speed's it going to be. 40. Just take it a bit slower, just in case it isn't 40. Well, I think it is. Yeah, it's 40. Oh, that's handy. Oh, first time doing that. Let's get a little shot as well. The train as we head out. There you go. With Exmoth on it as well. Lovely. Rotation. Nice and simple shot. There we go. Then up to 60. Still haven't had a TSR yet, a temporary speed restriction. Although saying that on the last one we didn't. So maybe the percentage of that's been turned down as well. Cool. So really, once we get to Dawlish, from then we're fast. So it's just, yeah, Teignmouth, Dawlish, then fast up to Marsh Barton, which is basically South Exeter. So our top speed will be 75, albeit the speed limit being 90, but this train can only go up to 75, sort of permitted. Another little shot as well. Let's change the focal point again. Nothing exciting screenshot wise for this one. It's all grey and murky. Sit back and relax. So it will come down to 80, although that doesn't really count for us, then down to 60, and we sort of come round into Teignmouth. And it's the loveliest section of the route along the seawall, which is always impressive. There we go, at 75 now. Lovely train at the 150. I'm trying to think of whether I've actually been on a 150 in real life or not. Don't think I have, or have I? Have I been on a 150 in real life? I've probably mentioned it before. Have I been on a 150? I feel like I don't think I have been on a 150. Used to go to Wales quite a lot. But I think that was always a 158. Hang on, have I been on a 150? I'm trying to think of other places I've been. In Scotland, no, didn't go on a 150 then. Yeah, I don't think I have been on one. I don't think so. I feel like I'd probably remember it. We got a 60 coming up. Slow that down. That even more. There we go. Yeah, because I think when we were up in Scotland it was all 158s up there, and Turbo Stars 170s, but not any 150s. And yeah, in Wales it was always 158s. Or a Voyager. That's 60 miles an hour. So now sort of coming up to Teignmouth. So I'm sure we'll probably get the announcement blurring out relatively soon. So we've still got to go around through the cutting first. Oh, I should have done it in the rain actually, because then we would have maybe seen the waves crashing onto the trail, but they don't do that. Would be cool though if there was some sort of wave system for bad weather. But there isn't, sadly. Now, if you want something relaxing to watch after this on like a late night, check out the 150 video we did, non-commentary, midnight. I think it was the midnight service out of Paignton to Exeter. I did that full wind, full rain, and the sea was completely calm. Like quite a cosy run. Teignmouth. Here we are.
Western Railway service to
Exmouth.
Calling at Dawlish.
Yeah, that's not too bad, are they? They're quite cool.
Exeter St David's, Exeter Central, St James Park.
That's the bit we can't do.
Holslow Bridge, Digby and Soughton, Newcourt, Topsham, Exeter,
Say Newport.
Limston Commando, Limston Village, and Exmouth.
Let's get an external shot of it leaving. Brakes coming off. So straight into power 3. You're meant to go 3, 5, 7 on the throttle if you want. Don't have to. As we head out of Tinmouth. Floating sign there. And we're off. So straight out onto the seawall here. And Dawlish is up next. There's the sea. Although, yeah, it would be cool if in future they can update it so then it does a bit more. I mean, I know they did update the sea anyway to make it look like it does a bit more. When you got bad weather, it would be quite cool to maybe see some sort of wave splashing or something. Then the sea looks a bit more aggressive than just flat, even in bad weather. Something. Maybe even along here, yeah, that'd be quite cool. Maybe. Well, some people might not like that, but when it's like stormy weather, you could have you get raindrops, not raindrops, but like water drops coming on the front windscreen to sort of imitate the waves sort of whacking the seawall and then all sort of splashing over, something like that. Just then it feels a bit more precarious. Imagine coming along here in a storm though in real life, wow. Because this is basically just a beach. This is like, yeah, just a raised up bit of the beach with railway. Yeah, absolutely battered. And the first of the few tunnels to Dawlish. Yeah, after Dawlish we can sit back, relax, as we've got the really long stretch to Marsh Barton. And then weirdly not stopping at Exeter St Thomas. Yeah, this is sort of the semi-fast service. Well, I don't know if then past Exeter it then becomes slower to Exmouth. I'm not sure what the service pattern's like on that side of Exeter. Maybe it's fast on this side but slow on the other side. Get a nice glimpse of Dawlish, actually not in this train. Here we are, coming out into Dawlish. It should hear the announcement go off in a second.
We are now approaching Dawlish. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform and take care when stepping down from the train.
Lovely. Still yet to drive the Voyager on Manchester Road. A bit of a random thought, but yeah, I think if you're on Xbox and PC, you can drive the Voyager on Manchester Airport Commuter, whereas on PlayStation that sort of hasn't been unlocked yet. So I think it was by accident they sort of released that, not intentionally. I don't know, you got a 3 car stop marker, then the next stop marker is a 3 to 4 car stop. Doesn't really make sense, does it, to have 2 of them? Let's put that as a 4 car stop marker.
This is Dawlish.
Yeah, how weird, look. 3 car, and then that one's 3 to 4. Like, this one should just be a 4. Unless that's how it is in real life. Oh, Newcourt, not Newport.
Limston Commando, Limston Village, and Exmouth.
We've got another one coming in. There it is. Nice. Right, and then, yeah, Marsh Barton next. This one's actually given us 10 minutes to get. That seems more reasonable than I think 7 minutes as the one at midnight did. I think it was the midnight 1 service out of Paynton. Gives you 7 minutes. It's just, you know you're going to do.
The next station is Marsh Barton. This is a Great Western Railway service to Exeter.
So we should be able to get there in time. And have a fast bit as well. Daytime it should be a lot easier than nighttime because we'll just see the massive like facility which is right next to Marsh Barton station that loads in quite soon. Or loads in quite a bit before the station. So that'll sort of be our giveaway that we're coming up to Marsh Barton. As I say, probably if you're coming from the south, Marsh Barton is probably one of the harder stations, especially at night time, to stop at if you're playing HUDless. It's just all sort of fields and there's not really much to give it away. Whereas every other station on this route you sort of know when you're coming up to it. Apart from Ivy Bridge. Yeah, actually no, I think Ivy Bridge... No, maybe Ivy Bridge is the hardest station to stop at on this route, then Marsh Barton, if you're coming this way at night time. But in general, yeah, Ivy Bridge is probably the hardest stop because it's on a corner both ways you come. I think we're still yet to stop at Dawlish Warren going in this direction. We just never seem to stop there. The only time I can think of when we stopped there was when we did that Class 50 video on Train Sim Classic and we stopped at Dawlish Warren. Apart, I don't think we stopped there in this direction. We have in the down though, just not in the up. I've still not encountered one of those services where you have to wait there for about 10 minutes. So I think some of them do wait there for fast trains to go through. I've not had that yet. Up to 75. Pop the power down, but not fully. That should do. There it goes. Along the estuary. Yes, can this route be beaten in the UK for scenery? Will there be a route in future which will beat this one? I'm curious if you did one of the car line in Scotland or even one of the branch lines, I suppose in Cornwall would probably beat the scenery. I don't know what route would beat the scenery on this route and sort of take the top spot for most scenic UK route. The North Wales coast, that's quite a pretty one. Yeah, what other scenic routes are there you can think of? There's this Starcross not even stopping here. Another station we haven't stopped that much at. I'm pretty sure we have stopped at Starcross, but I'm not sure again if we've stopped there on the up. So it must be the same service pattern which serves Dawlish Warren. So we haven't stopped there on the up yet. We'll have to tick it off at some point. Here comes the Voyager. Which yeah, it should be working now. You shouldn't get an engine fault every couple of seconds. Shouldn't do. Oh, we got TSR coming up. Oh, we didn't get the AWS go off though. That's weird. You see, there was a little AWS magnet beforehand, but for some reason it didn't sound. That was for 40, so we've got to come down quite a bit for that. So that will probably make us late. And those warning boards are placed quite a bit before they actually start, so they got a bit of time. But right when it goes up to 100 as well. It must mean. That's a mean TSR. So I wonder if the ones in Germany have like a 1000 Hertz magnet. I don't know, I'm not sure how they'd work in Germany. But I wonder if the TSRs there would then have a PZB magnet. Let's see, I think it starts up there, still a bit of a way. Well, we're down in time. Oh, you can see the two boards coming out, literally just little yellow specks at the moment in the distance. There you go, that's where it starts, and you can see where it ends just up there. It's always for the same sort of length as well. Would be quite cool to see a bit more variety. And not always 40 as well. I don't think we've had anything lower than 40. There you go, and that's that. At full power. For the longish stretch up to Marsh Barton. The most pointless gate ever, just sort of go around and then over. Yeah, hopefully everyone is enjoying the run. If you have made it this far in the video, thanks all for sticking around. It's been about 38 minutes so far since we left Painted. I think this one was timed to take 45 minutes, which would be about right. Especially if we're a little bit behind schedule as well. And probably will be because of the TSR there. And the old Exminster station, I think, coming up. I think it was Exminster. So where this little industrial retail bit is here on the left. That used to be a station. No trace of it anymore. Oh, how weird. There was another temporary AWS magnet there. Why is it on the wrong line? How peculiar. Oh, is it? Yeah, look, there's the little magnet. Weird. Well, it worked on the Voyager run, so... I mean, that works sometimes. What was the RHTT run? Nice. Yes, did the AI respond to temporary speed restrictions? Let's have a look. No, just 100 miles an hour still. But oh, hang on, let's go. How fast is that going? 88 miles. That's RHTT train. And apparently it's going 88 miles an hour. I'm not sure about that. I think the Class 66 top speed is 75. Why is it going that quick? The AI is just silly. Oh, we're not too far off Marsh Barton now. We should see the big building before the station, which will sort of give it away. It's quite a, yeah, sort of an imposing structure. I don't know if we'll hear the announcement as well. Yeah, there's the building there. You see it? That sort of big white roof to it. That's right, like right next to the station. So, yeah, it gives it away a bit. Which at night time, obviously you can't really see it, so you don't really get much of a marker. So you should probably go off this signal here. Yeah, we could go off that signal there actually. Should get the announcement going off in a second, maybe. Or not.
We are now
There we go.
approaching Marsh Barton. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform and take care when stepping down from the train.
Cool. Welcome to Marsh Barton. Opened in 2023, so relatively shiny new station still. It's right down to the end as well, I believe. Take that off, release. Gateway to the Riverside Valley Park. Maybe that's the industrial estate. Right, here we are.
This is a Great Western Railway service to
And we did make it on time.
Exeter,
Obviously with a slight delay because of the
St. James Park,
the TSR, but that's not too bad actually. We've done okay there. Couple more shots. I've done a scenic part of the route. And then straight into St David's after this. And then that's journey's end, so quite easy. Don't need them on now. A little bit of a hill start. And let's go.
the next station is Exeter St. David's.
Is that one of those things you can't teleport? You have to teleport over to the other platform. It's a bit weird. Let's go over the bridge. And we are off. So not stopping at St Thomas. Pretty certain that wasn't on the schedule. As you're going at sort of quite a slow speed out of Marsh Barton, it almost feels silly not to stop at St Thomas. So that being sort of the other station in Exeter, it's literally just up here. I'm only going at 35 at the moment, but yeah, we're not stopping there. I'm doubting myself now. I don't think we're stopping there. So we'd heard the announcement there, wouldn't we, saying we're coming up to it. Because I think on that run we did where it was nighttime non-commentary, stopped at Marsh Barton, then St Thomas. But on this one we don't seem to be. Double yellow, so we're going to be stopped outside of the station. As we should be coming right across to the far end of the station. Just hear the announcement now. We're approaching Exeter St Thomas. Like crap, get the brakes on. Nah, we're alright, and we're not stopping there. Single yellow. Probably will be approach control unless we're running a little early and we've got to let another service come out of the station first. The next signal is right the way around the corner. It's quite a gap. it's 25 miles an hour across the initial set of points, and it comes down to 15. Yeah, 25 across onto the down main, and then 15 into the platform. There you go. We got junction indicator position 6. We don't see that very often. Literally coming right, literally the furthest across we can
We
go.
are now approaching Exeter St David's.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
So 25 here, and then sort of just once we sort of get into the station limits, it comes down to 15. Basically ignore the 30 there. That 15 just here coming up. Fairly quiet Exeter, not really anything's going on here at the moment. So the train would then reverse here and go down this line we're coming on to sort of now. Change ends and go back. There's the stop marker. It's a bit harder to see as it's on the other side. There it is.
This is Exeter St David's. This is the
There we go.
Western Railway
Tail lights on.
to Exmouth. The next station is Exeter Central.
Oh, there we go. That is going to be everybody.
Newport, Top Show, Exeter,
Then go back down in a second.
Livingston Village, and Exmouth.
Cool. Let's see. They get a debriefing screen come up. Yeah, not too bad there. Not bad at all. But yeah, links to usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store, as well as our affiliate link for UK departure boards. See you all and take care. Bye, guys.